Speaking of gorgeous.
Lauren Sanchez.
Oh, you guys are
Look, we're not wearing the same color today. You know why? Because
What?
yesterday at lunch we said we can't wear the same color. We text each other at lunch.
each other last night. I'm wearing green, you're wearing purple.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're
I
good.
know Tony is colorblind, and that's normally a good thing in a human being, but you thought they were wearing the same color?
I did.
You got problems.
He was blinded.
We both have off
the least
shoulder,
of which is the fact that I'm colorblind.
That's a very good point.
Nash is colorblind. The best people are.
I wish the world were colorblind. Hi, Lauren.
They are. It's getting there. Okay, this one, frightening but good story.
Okay.
Well, good in the sense that nobody got hurt.
Yes, well, I mean, but it's kind of it's crazy what happened. Frightening moments for a young hockey team in Slovakia after the roof collapses during practice. Luckily, okay. Here's where the story gets pretty interesting. The kids were taking part in a clinic being given by former NHL player Richard Zedink. Now, does Zednik? Zednik. Oh my God, I know that. Richard Zednik.
I like Zedink.
How do you know
is a
that?
stage name.
Zednik, and I was like, did I just ask Zednik?
Do you know Tony almost fixed that for you?
Tony almost
That's
went-
how obvious this is.
Tony almost
Okay,
went
but
with
listen,
Tony
this is
Zedink.
serious. Look at this part right here. Zednik is probably best known for
I
this
would have
actor.
said Zedink.
His throat was slashed by a skate back in
I remember that. I remember
when
that.
Zednik played for the Florida Panthers.
Yes.
Now he had to undergo life-saving surgery,
Yes.
but returned to play the following year before returning to his native country.
So he was running this clinic?
Yes, this was his clinic, and this the roof just collapsed.
Scary.
It's a brand new stadium, and boom, it just falls in. Obviously, I mean, and all of those children that were in there. Can you imagine if you were a parent of those kids?
Well, from what I understand, everybody, I mean, and understandably went running for their lives. And
Everyone went out, and the camera was still rolling.
Skating up in Canada, 2 stories. Quickly, girl landed a jump and her blade slashed open my friend's thigh. Major. She had to go have stitches. But the worst, when you're learning how to do jumps in the air, and they put you on this
skate.
pulley. Yeah,
I mean, everyone.
They put you on a pulley. Sometimes the pro, you're professional, put you on a pulley, and so you get the rotations. And the girl's and it snapped, and she went down on her cheek, and her cheekbone crashed, and her eye socket went in. I saw the whole thing. I was like, "Where's her eye?" It was the most bizarre. She was reconstructed. She's fine.
Okay, but
she
this
goes by
is the thing.
Zedink
When
now,
you
but-
skate, you're landing on ice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no.
I know.
I don't understand
the
why they
first-
don't wear helmets.
Oh, you can't in figure skating. The first thing they tell you
With the
is
little
how to fall.
blingy tutus.
That's
Yes.
the first thing they teach you is how to fall.
not even when you're learning, you can't wear some protective gear?
I never
Well, when
wore
you're
a helmet.
first learning,
It's
I
rare
know
to
they
have
put the
those
kids, they
accidents.
put the children in helmets. My kid wore helmets.
Really?
Really?
Yes,
Uh-oh, mine
they
didn't.
should wear
Mine did,
helmets.
mine
I
did.
don't care how. It's
I
the most
agree.
dangerous sport.
Well, it could be really dangerous. When that skating show, they're throwing you around up there and that. You don't even think. If you can skate, you don't even think you're falling on your head. You just don't even think like that.
All right, Steven Spielberg is thought of as
I was appalled.
It's disgusting. It is disgusting that he even did this. I'm talking about a jail, the guy on waiting for execution in North Carolina wrote a letter to his hometown newspaper ridiculing the justice system and describing his life in prison as one of leisure. 50-year-old Danny, Robbie handwritten letter. It can be downloaded on the website. You can go to our website and see it as well. But that's what he did. He just wrote a letter taunting him. This is a teenager that he killed, and he's accused of killing 2 other women.
Well, you know, I find it offensive, but I know murderers that have been able to father children. You know, Tex Watson fathered 4. They get conjugal visits. They get married behind. Look at the Menendez brothers. It is
he's
absolutely
on death row.
jacked
He
up.
feels like
Why
he's
can't
got
they do
nothing
work
to
behind there?
lose.
Why can't they have some plant where these guys can actually do something? Something. Besides write these horrible letters. Anyway,
I agree.
All right,
I'm
Laura.
taking a stance on this one.
Yeah.
7:57, what can couples do to keep their sex lives hot?
Oh, do tell.
We've
Oh
got
my
an
God,
expert here
where's
to
my
tell you
notepad?
coming up.
Where's my notepad?
Seriously, we
I've
have
got
an
my
expert?
I've
She's
got-
an
I'm gonna
expert.
take notes on
Is
this.
Lauren,
too.
is Lauren the expert, or somebody else is coming in?
No,
I
we
think
have a
it's someone
woman
else.
I am not the expert on this.
Because, you know,
Good. Bury them.
come here, hot
Hold
stuff.
on.
Come
Just
sit down.
you
Come-
wait and
come
see.
sit next to Mommy.
I was actually trying to get on the prompter. A Swiss artist plans to bury a Boeing 727 jetliner in the Mojave Desert. Christopher Betchel has applied for the proper permits in Kern County that will allow him to bury that 153-foot-long aircraft.
But then it's art. Tony said to me, "Why is this art?" I said, "I don't know. I kind of want to go."
But that's what art is all about.
Yeah.
It gets-
Well, it's very
some people get
subjective.
it,
It's very
Some
subjective.
people get it, some people don't.
Very
It's just-
subjective.
Right?
All
I
right.
know. Somebody said,
Okay.
first of all, we had the red memo yesterday. Now we have the off the shoulder. I swear to you, we did not talk
And by the
about
way,
it.
this will end up on Jimmy Kimmel. Trust me.
No, this will end up on Jimmy
Do you want to
Kimmel.
go stand
No,
in
if we
between
make
them
out.
so you can be on Jimmy Kimmel?
If we make out, then it'll end up on Kimmel.
No, we'll actually have to wait to do that on Jimmy Kimmel.
Right, exactly.
There you go. Okay, I'm
And
gonna go.
continuing with that theme, by
I'm
the way.
gonna go saying, like, after 7 years, you say, oh, men are all visual. What about women?
No,
We're
we are visual too.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
thank you.
Because I kind of feel like you're putting it all on the woman to make, like, the
Oh,
make the move.
absolutely not. Believe
Okay,
me,
women
the
sometimes
men
wanna be
have
thrown
bring
down,
it
too.
on to us as well.
Right.
And it isn't. It's about our.
Anyway, so you have a book.
No, I have a blog. I'm writing on a
okay.
book. I'm writing my book right now.
Okay,
The Marriage
good.
Matrix. So I'll be.
You know, Robin Sachs, you were very quiet over there, Robin Sachs. I mean, Robin Sachs.
Very purposefully so.
We call her Robin Sachs sometimes.
But her husband doesn't. Big boy? Didn't we used to call him Big Boy?
He said that, not me. That was actually Tony.
Right.
Shockingly, right?
And Big Boy now is this big.
I know he lost a lot of weight. Yeah, tons of weight.
Today, they worked on her for about a half an hour before they took her to the hospital. Beyond that, we don't really know the details of her condition. Her people will only say she's getting help for stress and exhaustion.
Of course she's stressed.
Yeah,
I mean, the poor.
she's going through hell.
Clearly she's going through something, and she's trying to forget it, and that's not how you do it. But I mean, clearly she's going through something. I feel
TMZ
so
was
bad.
saying that this is a drug, or kids, teenagers normally do this.
'cause
It's
it's
not
cheap.
something that a 50-year-old woman or 49-year-old woman would normally do. So it just tells you how hurting she must
Well, and
be.
she probably thought it wasn't that dangerous. She's like, oh, kids do
Right.
it all the time. It's little things. It's not like a pill
Right,
you're
it's laughing
taking.
gas.
Yes.
Well, I know that there's kids out there that, those things that clean the computer, it's a spray.
Yes. Yeah.
They're doing that too. Now, we've all given birth. And I always say, thank God for drugs, A. But B, the hospital room, they're trained professionals.
Right, you're all calm. You got drugs in you.
Right.
Check this out.
Yeah.
A woman headed to her birthing center in Texas doesn't make it in time and delivers in the car.
Oh
we
my
hear
gosh.
about this all the time.
Was it a
but-
nice car?
But check this out. The dad caught the whole thing on video. Okay, it might be a little graphic for
Oh, I hope
some,
so.
just listen. Trust me.
That's how we
She
conceived.
basically delivered
sorry.
this child on her own. Her husband didn't even pull over because
what?
they said they didn't have
Bravo.
time. And that's how it has.
I'm very
You-
impressed.
4 pushes. My doctor goes, my third one, cough.
And the
Don't
baby
push
came
because it's coming out too fast.
My
That's a
second
bad-
was a C because he had issues, but 4 pushes and out.
I feel like I'm still pushing. I can go back there to that memory
Yeah.
of the legs up.
Terrible
There are
decisions.
all those studies that say the kid's brain isn't really fully formed until they're in their 20s.
Well, 25 for a boy
That's
or
ex-
a man. It does not
or
form
45.
45 for a
Or
woman.
yes, or 45 for most men. But anyway.
And which brain?
But it's absolutely true. But forget about the development of the brain. It's also about the risk-taking behavior. They enjoy
So
taking
kids
risks.
do
there's
not
an
text
ability.
and drive. That's the whole point here. It's
Right.
dangerous and not worth it. Throw your phone in the back.
From that to this, and you do have fabulous hair today, although everyone's looking at something else. Hot hair for spring. We're going to show you the latest trends for hair, no matter what kind of hair you have. And I think you and I
they're
are doing
framing the
this.
hair today.
We go to the same hair. We go to the same hair place, so we know a little something
Yeah,
about
just a
hair.
little bit.
And Luce is back for a new season of one of my favorite shows, Spartacus. It premieres tomorrow night. Where?
On Stars.
Thank you. She said she was actually happy to come here, you guys.
You are? I'm sorry.
Because I've been on this publicity tour. And it was so nice to think I was coming back to see so many Hello, Lauren. How are you?
Were those other
Lovely to
strangers
meet you
nice
too.
to you? How were they?
Oh, so nice.
Wait,
It's been fantastic.
Wait, this is your chair. She's very confused at which chair she's in. It's so funny.
Well, welcome.
It's a good thing you like,
You know, we
gabbly
girls-
girly group.
Yes, I
Lucy,
do.
we were just talking about, how women have changed over the years. And I watched Spartacus. I just love it. There's a little bit of everything. There's wonderful action adventure scenes and some sex for Lauren and I, because we enjoy that part. When you signed on, did you think it was going to become the sort of cult hit that it is?
I think I hoped. My
Yeah.
husband's the executive producer, and
Did you
when
have to
he
audition?
Gets that, no, I didn't.
Every night.
That's all casting couch taken to a
every
whole
night
new
for a
level.
month.
Only a month? That's not so bad.
Not so bad. So it's the last thing. It's
But you've actually
Colston, you
become
can't-
a
Spartacus
lesbian
is
icon.
sexy.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
Well, Xena
You already
made
were.
that happen.
Yeah, that-
Xena,
yes.
Xena was,
Yeah.
had that
like,
fan base.
And how do you take on? How do you take that on?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
It's like fame's a phenomenon for other people, as you will know.
Yeah.
And so I just take it with a grain of
I
salt.
think you're
Lovely.
good.
You're
There
good at
you are.
hiding.
I'm good at hiding. What do you mean? Hiding what?
When you are out and about, I think you're good at playing it very low key, and people walk right by you and have no idea.
Yes. Plus, on Spartacus, I wear a lot of wigs. But
Oh,
when I
yeah.
cut my bangs back in, I became, and my hair was darker. I was much more recognizable as the lady who played Xena. But now,
so-
I don't have any trouble.
We were showing a picture of you as Xena, and we have another picture of the late and fabulous Andy Whitfield. And I'm wondering how the set has changed everyone's sort of morale. I don't know if you guys can show the picture. He was so lovely
He
to
was
think.
an astonishing talent as an actress. and an artist, I'm so grateful because
What's
they
a
put me
meaty
through
role?
the mincing machine. It's really
And
cruel.
the way it is shot is unbelievable and
Yeah.
so different, like nothing you've ever seen
it's
on
like
television.
the movie 300 where they
costumes.
stop it in slow motion and you see the blood go. It's just
Yeah.
It's
unbelievable.
And the
fantastic.
costumes, the hair, the makeup, and a lot
It's
of that
very
blood is
elaborate.
makeup and stunting.
I have a question because when this first came out and my husband and I watched it, I said, I feel like I'm watching a feature film. I did not know stars had that kind of money for that kind of special effects.
Well,
You guys are making them. We've been friends for many years, 10 years. And one of the things that bonded us was our hair because I remember seeing you and I was like, your hair is amazing. And you said, I got
Oh,
a penny in Beverly
it's fake,
Hills.
yes.
Yeah, mine's fake too. Every girl in Hollywood, I think except for Dorothy, has pretty much fake hair. But Penny in Hollywood gives us. But here to talk about other hair trends for spring because bangs are back and beachy waves is Janelle. And you are, what's your last name, Janelle?
Chaplin.
Chaplin. What is a big fabulous look that we're going to see a lot of in spring?
Okay, so, well, I think beachy, combed or brushed out beachy waves, which I'm going to do on my second girl.
These
Okay.
are the very like 50s
Veronica
style.
Lake.
Yes.
So
Very
these are
40s.
vintage, so I'm going to show you how to do these at home. First thing,
Are they hard?
not hard. So this looks
Really?
like she's taken like so long on her hair.
Yeah.
But it's about 4 to 5 sections through that side, 2 through the back and 2 on this side. So the first thing is spray the hair with, I'm using Original Queenie.
Hairspray? Is it
Yep,
hairspray?
that's just
Okay.
hairspray. That's going to help the curls stay in longer. And then I'm using Sultra Tool Bomb.
Oh, I love this
Bombshell.
look on you.
Wrap it around.
Yes.
And
So
you
you-
wrap it forward, not back.
You wrap it up the bond.
Up the
so up the pole.
see, I always do mine back, and if I want a more retro 40s glamour look, I'm going to do this
So then you
forward.
don't burn your mitts as well.
No, can you do
Burn
this
your
with a
hands.
regular curling iron, or do you need one that
I
is
would do
just
it with just a rod. It makes
a
it a
rod?
lot easier to sort of cope with the hair and
Okay.
Okay,
deal
and
with
what
the hair.
size is this? That's another important thing, because I use the big ones for beachy waves. This is a smaller rod.
Yeah. Oh, I think this one's quite large. I usually
really?
go-
But
yeah.
did you see how
it's
she
like a
turned it
medium
over?
size.
Okay.
So then once you've turned it over,
wow.
let that sit for like 2 seconds.
Because that looks really curly to me. I would never want that.
Okay,
That
so you
curly.
leave that there
Yeah.
till it goes stone cold, and then you just lightly comb those
Oh,
through.
look at that. Lovely.
I love it. Let's go to the
You
beachy
look
wave.
beautiful.
That looks good. See, and I'm very easy to do.
Me too. I love this look. Let's go to our
Do that
next
look.
look. Now,
I like
this-
it.
the beachy wave is something I do all the time. Well, I should say Patty, my hair lady, does. It's actually easier than it looks as well.
Yes, so this is again big sections to start your texture and get the curl going. And then what I think with beachy waves now is instead of that piecey texture, I think brush it through.
Okay.
So like 101 brush strokes like your grandma.
But we're going to do it
used to.
TV time. So you
Yeah.
brush it through,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then you
real
put in.
fast.
What do you put in it?
So then I'm going to put some Frizzy Logic or a oil, which is going to help smooth the texture down and tame the frizz.
Is it different for ethnic hair? This girl's a beautiful black woman, and you wouldn't think beachy waves necessarily. Do you have a weave in at all?
No, this is all
what?
her natural texture.
What?
So
Are
yeah.
you serious?
No.
Oh, I've got a couple
It
in.
looks fantastic.
I'm wearing. I've got your weave in. That looks really good.
So you can just get that light, no matter what the texture of the
Yeah,
hair
that's
is.
sexy.
Yeah, and comb them out so it's that floaty, fluffy kind of
Do you love it?
texture.
And what do you naturally? Do you have to iron it? Do you straighten it? Do you blow? Yeah,
We
for
blow
sure.
it out first and
Okay.
then put some
All
light
right.
curl.
And this is
Bangs.
a huge trend.
Bangs is a big
I mean,
trend.
everyone is doing bangs right now. Lucy Lawless just said she cut her
just
bangs.
cut bangs.
okay, so with the bangs, they're really, lots of people cut them and then freak out on how to get them flat.
Yeah.
And sometimes they split and you get a bit of a cowlick in the hair. So this is a great trick. You put a headscarf on,
Right.
blast your hair dry, put a headscarf on.
Okay.
Apply some heat.
Oh wow, really?
This is good. I just thought this was the look.
No. And then you take it off and you have the perfect flat, we call them fringes. Perfect
Yes, you do. When you're in
fringe.
London, a fringe.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that looks
So
cute.
then
Very
you-
60s, very mode.
And also, see how she's not splitting? She actually has quite a bad cowlick in her hair.
What?
And
You
yeah,
do?
it stops it from
It looks
splitting.
fantastic. Now,
cow
what's the
came in
length?
and licked her when she was a
Now, what's the
baby.
length? Is it supposed to be like
So
right
length
above
is
the eye?
right just above the eyelashes.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
That's the length. We just cut it this morning.
Now,
yeah.
do you have a place where we can go get these tips from you, Janelle, or is it something?
Yes, you can go to our website,
Okay.
originalmineral.com.
Originalmineral.com. Fantastic. All right. Well, we
looks
want
are
to thank
great,
you
girls.
for coming.
Thank you, ladies, all of you.
And thank you. You all look beautiful. Coming up, we've got Big Boy, who I think is here. I think this was Big Boys. It doesn't even show
We
how.
could all
Okay, we
fit.
could
Like,
all
look at this. Like, this is
Big
a-
Boy. This is big. Like, look at this.
You get in here now too.
This is how big he was. Now, take a look at how
boy.
little he is. Florin, go have a look. He's right there. This is unbelievable.
Crazy,
And he's
actually.
written a book to talk about his weight loss. There he is.
Come on up.
Big boy.
Wow.
Hello.
You look amazing.
You look amazing. How you doing, baby girl? Pleasure to see you.
Are you getting?
I know.
You're
Whoa,
even
look at you.
smaller than the last time we saw you.
No, I'm doing that New Year, New You stuff right now.
I'm about to grab his butt.
That's a good idea.
As you should.
Well,
Can I just say hello to your better
there.
half before we get started?
As you should.
Your beautiful
man.
wife.
Oh my God. She was the one, I was running late, so she was like, well, get in the carpool lane, take the fine. Get over there.
Take the fine is right. That's what I do when I'm late.
Oh
you
my
got
gosh,
it.
that 405.
do you
Now-
look at that and think, oh, that's a whole other person?
Yeah, and you know what? That was like my light jacket, the so-called smaller jacket right there.
You got to be kidding.
gosh.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
much did you weigh?
I weighed, my scale weight was 510 pounds. That's what I seen on the scale.
My
But I
scale,
probably
my
looked like
scale doesn't even go up to that.
insane.
No, you had to have different scales also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had a
could
scale that went
wrap
to
this thing
600.
around you.
And this all
twice
started with
now.
a bet.
Tell me about it.
Let me-
Yeah.
Let's talk about
It
that.
started with Will Smith. Will Smith, we had Will on air, and Will did a challenge where he paid me $1,000 per pound for charity. So I ended up losing 111 pounds for charity. But once I finished that, my first thing was like, okay, I'm gonna do this final weigh-in because it was like 6 months. But after we do this final weigh-in, I'm gonna go get some chicken nachos from this restaurant that I love.
But-
So I go get the chicken nachos, and that weight just started coming back on. And that was the first time I felt like lower back pain and
Interesting.
yeah, pains in my leg, like everything that everybody else that was obese or big would
Yeah.
complain about. I never had
You
those
never had
problems.
that.
No,
And
but it was
part-
coming on.
It was also part of your radio personality, the persona, the billboards that were out
Right.
there. It was sort of what, we identified with you.
Right.
Was
And it
anybody
also-
concerned that you were losing weight?
I get it, you malabsorb the fats, but with malabsorbing the fats, you malabsorb everything, protein, calcium. So I'm constantly on supplements. I'm driving here eating protein
You
bars,
are.
drinking protein shakes.
So that's
because
for the rest-
I got very sick after my procedure. also.
I know you did, and you
Yeah.
talked about that. You were very open about that. Did you find anything therapeutic about writing the book?
The whole book.
Yeah.
Because you realize like there were layers that I had to take off doing the book, and you're big boy, you happy, and you're this guy. But then once you start speaking about your life and thinking about, okay, did I have a love affair with food? You don't get to 500 pounds eating
And
lettuce
not
and
Without
having a
tomatoes.
loving
love
it.
affair,
You know
yes.
what I'm saying? So food was always there when it's 7 kids. And
You fight for your food.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you always, that was the one thing we had, being homeless. We always,
You're an
always could kind of go to
inspiration.
food.
But I always say, and this, especially about you, is that you relate yourself to, and that's why people love you, your listeners love you. And if you love him, go buy his book, Big Boy's book. And extra large life is on sale now. And you can also check out Big Boy at radiobigboy.com. Much love to you.
Are you going to change your handle at all?
Not at all.
No,
I'm still big in the
that's who
heart.
you
And the
are.
height is big boy,
I like that.
Hello.
I like that.
Coming up, making his live debut on American television, James McCartney is going to perform for us. He is amazing.
Unbelievable. So good.
Okay, this jacket is so
It's huge.
This is the light one, though. I got this one.
There's nothing light about that jacket.
There's a long queue for that, and that means, quote, line in English. There's a long line of
There's a
ladies.
long, so what, basically he's saying no.
Yeah, I think we were just
No, he said
basically rejected.
We could audition. You know what?
That was good.
That is haunting. That music is haunting.
Oh, it's wonderful.
beautiful.
And he does the most incredible rendition of Old Man. Old man, look at my
Well, Steve wasn't
life.
here, so he didn't wanna do
I'm
it.
in lo- That's funny.
Oh, okay,
Wait,
but-
can I get a Steve up
Love
in the
you,
house
Steve.
once?
Shut up.
Shut up.
Oh, now I'm at home.
It's
All
like
right.
it's like Charlie's Angels. I feel like we're listening to
Charlie!
And he
No.
is phoning it in.
No, he's
Shut up.
Oh, Bosley, is that you? Lauren, you have a scary story.
I do, but
coming
one
up.
more thing.
Yeah.
Where is he playing again tomorrow?
At the Viper
Viper
Room,
Room.
7:30.
Tomorrow.
I know. Lauren's like, we should all go.
Yeah, you girls go. Lisa Breck and I will be here doing a TV show at 10:30, which I signed up for before I realized it was live.
I will
So
be
what do you
here
It's a
do?
movie preview, so Breck
Yeah.
and I are doing
Well,
it
I
tomorrow.
won't be here. I will be at the Viper Room seeing said
Well,
band.
Dude, we'll be
Woo,
here
score.
before and after,
All
but
right.
we'll be here for half an
All
hour
right.
at 10:30.
Now,
Okay.
you've got the story about
Yeah.
the rink.
Frightening moments for a young hockey team in Slovakia after the roof collapses during practice. Check it out. The players were running through drills when the roof of the newly opened rink suddenly began to fall. Everyone ran as quickly as possible, but the damage, as you can see, look at that, completely collapses, had already been done. Heavy snowfall on the top of the roof is apparently to blame. That's a lot of snow. No one was injured in the accident. Okay, here's where the story gets really interesting. The kids were taking part in a clinic being given by former NHL player Richard Zednik. Now check this out. Zednik is probably best known for this accident. His throat was slashed by a skate back in 2008 when Zednik played for the Florida Panthers. He had to undergo life-saving surgery, but returned to play the following year before returning to his native country.
So he survives a lot of crazy situations, like sort of us on Good GDLA sometimes.
His throat was slashed. I mean, his slash could have died. And then that roof, that was his clinic, and it just came crashing down.
You know what I
would
was... Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Well, what I was thinking about with the video was the person standing there and actually watching it, because I think it was a handheld and not running out of the building.
But I don't know, because you could have been steady because it was moving, maybe because the whole rink was.
Well, at some point he got out because everybody got out okay.
Have you seen Floren's handiwork? I mean, not through Danny's insults.
Yes, right up there,
right
his
there.
nose hairs.
It doesn't move. Coming back, I don't know what we have. All I know is it's going to be amazing out today. 80 degrees plus. Pool party
all week. The whole weekend is going to look like that, and no wind advisories anymore, so that's a good thing.
I love it. You're doing the weather. I forgot.